Alright guys, welcome back to SAP Engines. If you guys didn't see the previous episode where we tore down this blown LS motor for the Burning Green Boosted Ride YouTube channel, check out that video in the link below. But in this episode, we're going to be putting the LS motor back together, putting the new rings in it, and that's really all we did. We reused the bearings, we reused everything else in this motor, including the head gaskets. So, we did put some information as far as like head information, cam specs, and if you guys are interested in some of that information, if maybe you're building something similar, let me know. Comment down below on the keyboard. Let me know if you guys want to know that information, part numbers I can kind of give, or any information. But maybe you guys want to know like what kind of fuel type it's running, or if it's blown and what size blower, compression ratio, things like that. Again, let us know. We'll try and provide what we can. Some informations we won't be able to provide the cam specs and stuff like that, because I don't want to say it's not top secret, but it is top secret. It's within rules of a class of truck pulling, but we can't give out everything, guys. So, all right. Enjoy this content, putting it together. Head on over to Boosted Ride if you guys want to see this motor go in, fire up, listen to this bad boy purr, and see the motor get torn out of death trap, which is coming on over to SAP Engines for some repairs because it's got some damage to it, guys. So, all right, enjoy the content. So the rings are all filed here, as you seen in that last clip. And we got everything laid out here and cleaned up, except the cam, because I'll talk about that in a second. Now, if you didn't watch the last video, guys, these are used. I'll re-emphasize that. So that's why the skirts are all worn down. I actually think more of that coating came off when Jason washed them up. But these are the maul pistons, the scat rods we put in after Bristol, since I ran the pan dry. And then we're putting Total Seal rings on these. So thanks to Total Seal for getting us hooked up with some good AP rings here, AP steel. And we gapped the first ring landing to 28 and the second one to 32. And then I think you had to work on the oil rings a little bit as well. But that's all laid out here. We've got the heads. Everything was good on the heads. Cover. We signed a liability form because, Jason, we're reusing everything. So head gaskets? Check. Reuse.
Yep.
Bearings? Check. Look good.
Yep.
So, same with the main bearings as well. Everything was good there. Stock bolts is all we run in these. So, all the people that like to comment about you got to run ARP and everything. We got the torque specs here for the factory stuff. This is scat rods, so that's all laid out, ready to go. Well, here's thrust. Yeah. That's all good. So, so now at Bristol, when we ran the pan, pretty much sucked it dry. One of the, well, I don't think that had anything to do with it, but we didn't replace these lifter cups. So a lot of guys say run only GM and replace them, which we just kept running the used stuff. And what happened was one of the lifters turned in there and actually put a nick in it. Damn it. So I don't know if you can see that. Actually, we just polished it up. I think there's a little bit on this side. No, there's nothing really there. So you can't feel it. I mean, if there is, it's actually dented in. So this adds for extra oil clearance in there. So not a big deal, but all right, well, gonna get the rings put on next here, get them put into the block. It's all cleaned up, ready to go. Heads on, and then, I don't know, we should be pretty much ready to bolt the rest of it back together. We don't have to do anything else except we're gonna modify some stuff on this front motor. Wow, I guess I already did some. We weren't utilizing, for whatever reason, is this ICT?
I don't remember.
I think it's ICT. For whatever reason, when they make this front plate, they don't come down and catch this last bolt hole, which would be this one on the front motor here. So I just TIG welded on an extra piece there just to extend that down there, because what hangs off over here? Fuel pump? No, something else. I don't know. Whatever it is, there's play in this plate, so it was getting bowed up. So we got that on there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so short block is together. Got those maul pistons in with the scat rods. Again, stock crank. I don't know if I mentioned that, but this is a stock crank 5.3. Got our oil pan on there. And then over here we've got our heads. I guess let's go over some of the stuff here. So the cam that we're running in this is a custom grind cam. And it is a 234, 238 duration at 50 thousandths. And it's a 621 lift. And then over here we've got the heads, which these are 6-liter heads. They're 317 castings. And we have aftermarket springs. I don't have the numbers on those, but if somebody needs them, let me know. And they've been ported out. So originally these heads would flow about 250 CFM and 280 on velocity. And after they were hand ported, not CNC ported, but hand ported, they're at about 295 and 305 on the velocity. So they flow nice. Next one obviously be rectangle port, which will be probably those numbers almost stock. Head gaskets are back there. These are just Fel-Pro stock replacement head gaskets. They are not GM ones, and they hold up just fine. And then here's our handy valve cover, or the valley cover, with the fitting that I welded on there to help get some of the crankcase pressure out. But thanks to the total seal rings here, that should take care of our issues. So we're going to throw the head studs in, ARP head studs, and get that on intake, and then we're going to take it over and we'll put it in the truck. All right, well, the engine's all together. So as you can see here, got our sweet billet Motion Raceworks valve covers. And unfortunately, we won't need these soon, because if we do go dry sump, this has to be closed off. We'll worry about that later. But everything's back together here. Got the intake on here with our adapter to go to the blower. Jason cleaned up the clear view, so that's all good to go. Hoses and everything. So we're going to load this up, head back over to my shop with the motor. If you guys want to see more on this going in the truck, head on over to Boosted Ride YouTube channel. Otherwise, next is the Mopar build, so stick around for that one, guys.